Hey, welcome to Mullen Stock. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications by hitting the bell so you never miss any of our uploads. And also remember that this is not a financial advice video. Today, I'd like to talk to you about some data points regarding shorts, why they triggered this spike, and also touch on the potential NASDAQ hearing date. We'll discuss all of this. Despite lower volume, Mullen managed to stay in the green zone today, up 3.27%. with 13.92 million shares traded, compared to the 23.5 million average. However, shorts were heavily featured in Mullen every move today, and I'll provide you with all the details and charts. Let's begin with options. $774,000 worth of call options were bought compared to 177 put options. Based on this, people seem to have a slightly optimistic approach for the near future. But shorts were hedging their bets, and when I show you the shorts chart, it will become clearer. Speaking of open interest in options for the upcoming Friday expiry date, there's about 9,000 open interests at the $0.50 strike price. But for October 20th, there are some interesting things. As I've explained before, there's quite a bit of optimism here. There are 12,000 open interests at the $1 strike price, 8,000 at $1.50, and 9,000 at the $0.50 strike price. One thing to confirm is that on October 19th, TD, Schwab, and Fidelity were scheduled to respond to the complaint filed by Mullen. Based on this, people can hedge their bets on associated options. There's one more thing that can come under this umbrella, something I've mentioned before, but it has a confirmed date. It's not confirmed until Mullen confirms it for themselves, but the Warrenheim CEO discussed some important matters that could be beneficial for Mullen or happening right now. Mullen has a lawsuit, and they have about $200 million in cash, which might be a little more as per their last earnings, which were around $214 million, but they also did buybacks. There are some other things, according to which it's about how much money they have. Signals point to a $25 million stock buyback. This means that they still have approximately $193 million left to buy back some shares. However, it's mentioned here that the extension hearing will be on October 19, and this aligns with my previous indications. I mentioned earlier that it could be between October 5th and October 20th, and according to Macom, the other company in a similar scenario to Mullen had their hearing fixed on the 44th or 45th consecutive day after the appeal letter. So it makes sense for it to be on October 19. I heard from someone else too that it could be on October 19. But remember, so it's very interesting that for Mullen, both events are on the same day, October 19. Particularly, though, shorts were very much in control. So let me share some common things about shorts and everything you should know, especially who created the spike. When it comes to the short score, the utilization is 79.04% today. Shorts returned 38.97 lakh shares, which is 18.53% of the free float, due to the pressure from shorts. The cost to borrow is an average of 16.12%, which is quite low compared to yesterday. One thing I want to draw your attention to is these two charts provided here, the borrowed shares and the returned shares. It seems like they initially thought about increasing their position, then randomly, within 15 minutes, due to what I believe is some significant news, they returned a substantial part of their position, which created this spike. I'm keeping an eye on this solid teal line in the charts. During this time frame, they started increasing their position, and then within 15 minutes, around 9:12, they returned it, which created this spike. This was a random squeeze, which doesn't seem to have any particular reason, and it's important to note that the short position is quite low. So, for those who always ask what the price of Mullen could reach if a squeeze occurs, they should remember that the price was around 474 or 477, and there are only about 1 million shares in it. Furthermore, they didn't return the shares at another time today. Most of their day was spent increasing their position. As I mentioned before, this is in line with options, when they decided to increase their position. So in your opinion, do you think Mullen can go above 50 cents? Are you also hopeful like Bam, or do you have a different perspective on this? I believe that a lot of big money is still watching Mullen production, and without production, Mullen cannot achieve reality. Guys, that's all we have for you today. What is your opinion about Mullen stock? Get involved and let us know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching.